the Force, Luke.
Sometimes truth isn't good enough.
I feel the need for speed.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a
You
god,
pulled like a target. You
say,
skipped a
yes!
whole holiday to
This is their
jump
time.
over to Christmas Day.
Their
You should have been a
time.
turkey.
Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
Oh, Lord help me. I swear these people. Anyway, welcome back to Winter Wolfstone, everybody. Winter Wolf here. FrostCast episode 70, because it's Wednesday night. It's 9 o'clock, and that's the only thing we do around here is wait for this point of the week to come in and talk to you fabulous people about all the cool stuff that's going on in media all around the world. Pape is here, Warden Prime himself. Huzzah. Good evening, gents. Happy Thanksgiving. And to you too, sir. I hope you're traveling well, eating well. Be safe out there. It's crazy. Let's get King Z in here. He said something he was talking. Oh, never mind. Let's get him. Oh, Jesus. He's got. Oh, wait, they're drummies. I thought they were antlers in the mini-screen. They drummies. He's got a drummy headband.
That's right, because it's Thanksgiving and it's time for food, family, friends, and football.
Let me tell you what else it is. It's time for a Thanksgiving background that doesn't have a typo in Christmas. Typo in Christmas.
It's not a typo. It's kind of got cut off.
You cut the H out.
And the C.
All of it. And I see the C. I don't see no H. It goes CR. But anyway, we're just gonna leave it there. Maybe we just hold on. How do we move these pictures over and make this look semi-professional, like we know what we're doing? We just shift all of us to the left and cover it over. There we go.
To the left. You defined all your stuff to the left.
I can't believe you. Never mind. The pictures are too damn small. The typo's still there, but that's a sick ass wolf with the elf hat on. That's pretty dope looking. You're getting pretty good at those backgrounds, dude. Maybe we put together like a Winter Wolf stem, like a commemorative 2025 calendar. Make like 12 of these things and just stack them up. Maybe sell them. I don't know. But yeah, we got a couple of shows we got a couple shows we're talking about tonight. Present tense. Yeah, we got Robin Hood episode 5. We got Welcome to Derry episode 5. We just kind of wanted to touch on Stranger Things. Guys, it's here. It's on Netflix. The first 4 episodes are there. They dropped about an hour ago. So people out there have already just about reaching the end of episode 1. We haven't watched it yet. We're getting to that tomorrow. So please, if you have seen it, please keep the spoilers to yourselves. We would appreciate that. Don't ruin it for folks that haven't had the ride yet.
There should be like a 72-hour rule on that. When
generally
drop, it's 72 hours. Everything you put out should be spoiler free.
Right. It's just good social media manners, man. We
it's
lack
Thanksgiving. I mean,
right.
Really,
don't blow it up. We go out of our way here to not spoil shit when we see it first. We do the woo, you know what I mean? Like we try. So yeah, maybe next time, like I was saying, maybe for the December drop, we actually just get our act together and start late and watch the first episode so nobody can torch us with the good stuff. Yeah. So we're gonna talk. We got Robin Hood. We got Welcome to Derry. We're going to talk a little bit about Stranger Things just because it did come out today. I just kind of wanted to get King Z's take on a couple of relevance kind of questions. Like where is Stranger Things at? Kind of get a feel for what the hype is around his circles of in real life kind of stuff. And then you wanted to talk Green Lantern series, a little article you sent me over there.
Yeah.
They're making a small change. From what I read in the article, it sounds like it might be an interesting change. Like they might be setting up maybe something they did in the Ryan Reynolds movie. Maybe they'll do it better. That was kind of my read on it, that the whole filling in as a substitute teacher thing. I'm like, maybe somebody who's about to go bad is on leave or something. I don't know. That's what I was thinking when I read that.
But before we move on, since you see the drummies up here,
we
do have a poll for you tonight. And the poll is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving Day side?
Oh, well, there we go. I am known to make a nasty green bean casserole as well. I should have told you guys that earlier.
So your
I have been known
options
to throw that down.
Green bean casserole, sweet potato / yams, stuffing, or cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce is good. Listen, these are all solid options. What is your go-to, like for either of you guys, and Oracle's in the background, do you guys, if you're hosting or if you're going somewhere else, do you guys make a signature dish? You guys got something in the wheelhouse that you go to?
Well, the last time we went to like a big Thanksgiving, like we went for our church, Gabby actually, oops, my wife made a turkey.
Here we go. Drummies.
Yeah.
That's all right. There we go. Continue.
See,
MASH is pretty standard issue.
Yeah, that's standard issue. That's not really a side. That's a
Love
staple.
Yeah, love it though. A little garlic,
yeah,
a little onion. You know what I mean?
So a
bacon
little
bits,
brown
butter,
or white gravy on top of it. You got to put that little hole. You got to put that hole in the middle.
Yeah, you got to make the volcano, man.
That's
you gotta
right.
Make the volcano. You got to top it with corn. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
That's how it's done. So, what do you guys make? What is the signature move?
Well,
at
she
the
made
KZ household
last time, but a few times we made green bean casserole. It's pretty much what we're just asked to bring.
Yeah.
Or we always ask them, "What do you need?" And then they usually tell us, and we fill in those gaps.
True. If you got a decent cooking background, that's easy. Now, Thanksgiving's not a complicated holiday to prep for sure. The Oracle says green bean casserole, the ham sauce. I see Pape over there on the side. I know I'm not
the ham
sauce.
sauce.
I see it. He's deep frying the bird chip. Brother, stay safe. I don't want to see you on TikTok being like, "Oh, it's so easy. I just did this in 3 easy." Boom. And now your garage is on fire. Like, just take it easy. You know what I mean?
I think that happened a couple of days ago. I was out delivering and I saw this garage completely gone.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't a space heater got knocked over. Believe that shit. It's some idiot deep fried a frozen turkey and didn't know you probably shouldn't do that. Kablam. But,
the funny ones are watching it when they do that, but it doesn't explode. It shoots it out.
Yeah, dude, it's a geyser.
Watch where the turkey lands.
Dude, it's a National Lampoon scene. Like, that's what it is. If National Lampoon made a Thanksgiving movie, it would have that. You know what I mean? It would absolutely be there. Yeah, you can't go wrong with green bean casserole. I think Winter Wolf Senior is making a broccoli cheddar casserole for the first time tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. My dad knows how to throw down. He can cook. So if he's pulling something out of the wheelhouse, something new in the wheelhouse, I mean, it's gonna be what's up. He learned how to do it in the Foxborough Stadium. Dude, I learned a lot of crazy shit in the Foxborough Stadium parking lot, Pape. I believe you. I learned what good brisket is, and I learned you definitely don't hold on to the sides of the stall while peeing. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so you want to talk a little Stranger Things, just a little wrap up from last week's mega discussion. I wanted to throw a couple of questions at you to kind of just set the table for what we're going to see tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll move on to like the reviews and the other stuff we're going to do. It's cool.
Pitch away.
Let me set the table here, brother. I thought Stranger Things is a show for us. Specifically, that we're kids of the 80s and the 90s. We grew up with E.T., we grew up with the Goonies, we grew up with Dungeons and Dragons. We were there before home video games exploded with like Nintendo 8-bit consoles. We were there for like Atari. We're that generational bridge between super old stuff and what then became like modern crap for the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I thought the show was for us. Now I'm hearing from much younger people. My 17-year-old stepdaughter, her circle of friends, even my 9-year-old, and the parent and his friends' parents. We just got together for a birthday party. We're talking about how their respective kids at both of those age groups, 17 and 9, they're hyped for this show. And I don't remember that being the case when this show was like live, when it was new, like seasons 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I feel like something's come alive.
See that.
Right. So what is your take on that? Does this show really have appeal at all these levels, and it's not just nostalgia bait? Is it that good?
I tell you right now why. Because it has a culture and they don't have any. If you watch that, the 80s has a culture.
Yep.
It has a distinct style. It has a distinct sound. It has a distinct way the shows are. People, the way the world was distinct. You don't have that today. Everything is so ambiguous. There's no set like style. Like
it's homogenized completely.
The style this year is the same style that was in 2015. I mean, it doesn't really. Like when you watch an 80s film, you're like, yeah. Like you don't even have to have them tell you what year it is. You just look at it and know that's the 80s. You just look at a 90s film and like, oh, that's definitely in the 90s. Yep. Even early 2000s, you can see a little bit of it.
That. Yep.
But after like 2010, it just became like beige, which is just a bland color. It doesn't really have a distinct identity, and that's why they're clinging to it, because that's what they want.
I believe it. And I think that it's kind of sad in a way that these kids don't have that, because I think too often, and we're guilty of this too. I think I think most people in our age bracket, if you're over 30, 35, maybe, you think that these kids, because they do in a lot of ways, that they got short attention spans. They're not into classic franchises. These kids aren't down to watch even good Star Wars or good Trek or Stargate or Doctor. Like they've moved on. They're on to other things that don't require the homework, as we've kind of come to look at things we love Star Wars. You know what I mean? So it's tough to get my kid to sit down and watch, even something that's new, like Mandalorian. Like he's like, I'll watch it. No, that was cool. But then like there's no impulse in him apparently to ask me to go buy him the toys, like there might have been for us to ask our parents in the late 80s, the early. Oh, dude, I need the Hoth set for Christmas. I need the Rancor. Like there's none of that with these kids. So I think it's, in a way, it's great that they found something that they can have that is Stranger Things, but also it is kind of sad because it's generated from our stuff. Like it's not new to 2025. It isn't a signature look for this decade what generation are these kids? They're alphas. They don't act like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, alpha.
We're past Zoomers. We're on to alphas, I think.
Yeah, it's Zulu. I think Zoomers are still in high school, and like alphas are just coming up, or like Zoomers are just leaving. Like the last year of Zoomers are leaving high school. Yeah,
right. That's what I mean. There's nothing unique for them that I see worthwhile propping up as being like the next thing. So it's astonishing to me that they've gravitated towards something so obviously built up from the 80s and from the 90s. But it's cool though, because it gives me something to talk about with these kids as we're driving around and doing whatnot. It's cool to see. But my 17-year-old was saying that one of the things that she's a girl, one of the things that she gets, that they think, that her group thinks the show gets right, is the teenage girl dynamic, that it is written well, that it does represent how they feel about nobody hears me. Sometimes I don't know what to do. I can't control anything at all. So the little things I can control, I'm going to. Apparently the Duffer Brothers know that, and they got that stuff down. Pape says they have one toy, their phones. We didn't have that, hence toys. Good point. That's not a bad point, brother. Honestly, it's not. But I know that every now and again, my kid gets away from having a tablet or having the Xbox on. He does draw. He does play Legos. There are some action figures he can actually deal in imagination currency with, which is cool. But yeah, the teen thing, apparently that's a vibe that this show hit effectively.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, which is good for them.
Yeah, it does capture the pain of growing up, and I mean they have a lot of extenuating circumstances that normal people didn't go through.
End of the world shit.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I mean, it does capture a lot of the pains, like the bullying that they had when they were in elementary school, the middle school, just that awkwardness of that first boy-girl dance. Yep. Then you capture like the first year of high school, and you're just growing into your body at that point, and like everyone looks awkward like their freshman year. Like the difference between what I look like my freshman year and my sophomore year is like light years apart. Like I was looking at like everyone's chest when I was walking, like I was like that level, and then the next year I'm looking at the top of everybody's head.
Yeah.
Like I grew like 7 inches over the summer.
It was crazy. Yeah, but I think they capture that vibe. So it's not just that they have a unique set of wrapping paper that they lifted from the 80s or 90s. What's in the box is actually fairly authentic and well told.
And the other thing is
that was rough, Oracle. Woo! You put out the year everyone stops wearing Halloween costumes except them.
Yeah,
they show up and they're like, oh shit. But at least you had 3 buddies with you doing it though. It wasn't just one of you. That could have been worse. Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. This, like you were just saying, that this is authentic 80s too. Like it was really what it was like in the 80s, where the phone where your mom picked up and like listening to your phone call, and you're like, get off the phone.
Yeah, you're yelling at a younger sibling to get off. That's a private call. Get off the phone. Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean,
true.
They don't have that worry. Everyone has their own phone, their own phone number, and it's like you see a family out to eat, and they all have like they're all just face down in their phone. They're not throwing dad jokes around or kids squirming to get to the video games over in the corner.
Yeah. We got rules about phones and dinner here. So yeah, no, that's on us. But I know what you mean, dude. You're not wrong. it's depressing AF to see that shit. You know, at dinner, like I don't mind. Like if we're traveling, right? I don't mind seeing everybody on their devices looking down at like the terminal. You're waiting on a plane. Like, what are you gonna do? But dude, like dinner, even if it's dinner at Applebee's or some shit, like fucking phone in your pocket, dude. You know, it's not too much to ask. But dude, where do you think this show? Where do you think this show goes next, character-wise? Like, what big story arc should I be looking out here? Not who's gonna die, not who's gonna be the big hero. Give me some character.
Nancy actually making a decision that has nothing to do with the plot. She's gonna make a decision between Jonathan and Steven. A decision has to be made, or she totally walks away from both of them, knowing that she needs to grow.
I think that's where they're gonna go with that, because they've wisely injected a tolerable amount of like the girl power stuff that you need in this kind of show to have those kind of strong characters. But we've seen her have no elements of control early on via her parents. And then when she gets the job, she gets dunked on at her job, and she's powered up as a character a little by little, but she hasn't had a breakout moment yet. So I think you're right. I think that's probably coming.
And I mean, it's like the late 80s.
Yep.
And like the whole thing of marrying your high school sweetheart was coming to an end. It become
it
less
was dying out.
It was more marrying your college sweetheart at that point. So maybe she gets like that acceptance that she tried one more time for the college of her dreams instead of trying to become a reporter right off the bat. So her and Jonathan could be together. And
she's going to leave and go to big city USA. I could see that.
NYU or something.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Wait a minute. Pape's powering up here. Steve marries 11. Weird. Changes his name to 7. Also weird. They start a Cumbies knockoff and call it 7. I think somebody already did that. 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
could be. Maybe they've been there for a while, but it could work. Weirder things have happened. Wait, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
That's the thing. It was bad too. Yeah. No, I could take that for her. I think that's a solid bet.
I want to bring out. We had a comment. And his was that he had Dustin dying.
Oh, dude, I forgot to respond to that.
Yeah, I responded to him, and I'm like, if you hit that, you need to play the lotto, because Dustin is in no one's conversation of dying. Nope. He's like the most safest person next to Lucas.
He's got plus 10 plate mail enchanted for like whatever other bonuses and buffs you need. There's no shot. If that dude hits that, he literally needs to get on DraftKings tonight
and put a 16-team parlay on there.
Ooh, he needs to just go right down the card.
Because I'm like, that's a long shot of long shots right there.
Seriously, dude.
I bet there are on DraftKings right now that you can make these type of bets.
I guarantee it. I think it's that big enough. It's big enough of a show that I think they're probably there. But that is wild. I saw that. I was at work when I saw the comment, and I couldn't open it up to read the whole thing. But it said, "I bet Dustin dies," and I'm thinking too, it would be the ultimate reversal of what everybody thinks. Because everybody thinks superhero Steve is going to be the one.
Yeah,
But I've maintained since we've started talking about this show that I think they need to smoke a main character early and unexpected to put you on notice. Hey, we saved you all from the Game of Thrones shit for 5 seasons. Fuck them kids.
Well, we're breaking down the trailer. We do see like Lucas saving Max from the hospital. So that's probably not episode 1. So we at least know he makes it past episode 1.
Yeah.
We see Nancy popping up with an M6 team. We know she's safe. You know who we don't see a lot of? We don't see a lot of Mike.
Yep.
We don't see a lot of Dustin. In the trailer.
There's still no shot Dustin dies. There's only slightly less of a shot that Mike dies, in my opinion. I don't have him anywhere in the danger zone at all.
We see Will. You know who should bite it and just completely just hits him in the back of the head?
Jonathan. He's useless.
No, I'm talking about his buddy, the surfer dude.
Oh, dude, who cares, dude? That whole dude, I'm telling you, they could nuke that entire part of season 4, and literally it's the meme, and nothing of value is lost. Nothing, not a damn thing.
Well, they needed a ride,
dude. Have the van. Just have him killed, not the van. Don't blow up the van. You just have him killed outside the van.
The ride that never needed gas.
It never needed gas. Went from
all the way from
Idaho
California to Hawkins,
to Hawkins, Illinois, or Hawkins, Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You need to fill up like 8 times in between, but whatever.
Especially with the one with conversion vans. Now they had
Insane,
big
dude. It's like
tanks.
a modern. It's not a modern vehicle, man. It's just
Yeah, it's
40
like
years
it's like
old.
16 miles per gallon.
Right, dude.
I think the only
I don't know,
car that
man.
got less was the Hummers.
Right. Okay. 7, the Ford
Yeah,
Expedition
7.
SUV, the 9-passenger. Yeah, about 8 to the gallon. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Now this is completely off topic, but I was looking for cars, and they had the Chevy Tahoe, and the Chevy Tahoe got 24 miles per gallon.
Not bad
But
for
then they
vehicle
had the
that fast.
hybrid version. I'm like, okay, let me click on that. It
22.
got 25 miles per gallon, and it was $15,000 more. And I'm like, nope.
doing your part though. You're doing your part to go green. Nope. Not for
I've
that
had 2
mile a
hybrids.
gallon.
I actually enjoy the hybrid. I like the gas mileage. See, I think green, and I think about the green I'm saving in my pocket.
Yeah, fact. I don't think same. Yeah, I could see that that's an expendable character wanting to go. I think that if I had to pick any of them to go, I had to pick anybody to do something interesting that wasn't die. I mean, dude, Nancy's the easy pick there. I think Hopper and Joyce have already kind of done what they're going to do character beat wise. That the will they, won't they just needs to end, like sort that shit out.
Yeah. No, I got it.
I don't know who I picked.
Nancy's
a great pick.
Nancy's about to make her decision. They're by a pool, and Barb returns from the upside down and pulls her in, and then it's over.
Jason style. Yep. Cut the black.
Cut black.
Like
over.
Friday 1 style. Yeah, I could dig that. I could do that. Justice for Barb. And that just fades in.
Justice for Barb.
Nice. That's how I'd end it. I'd do it. You left me here to die. Dude, Vecna 100% going to hit her with one of them. I'd give her one of those. Yeah, that's a solid character beat thing. Because everybody else is just kind of on their predictable path they're gonna run with. You know what I mean? 11's gonna do her 11 thing. Will's gonna do, I think, a lot of what you suggested last week. There's gonna be an unfortunate pair up or ascension to Vecna level status, and then the big hero play for him, and he doesn't make it
which
out.
would be 300 times more than they had him do in season 4, where he just sat there and cried the whole time.
Dude, the entire trip, dude. Like the entire trip.
We understand that was not subtle. That was not a subtle. Like, how did Mike not just like, dude, are you okay?
Dude had his gaydar completely unplugged. That's why.
They didn't really have that back then. That's more of a 90s product, like late 90s product.
For sure. He wasn't really catching the vibe that his buddy was putting out. There might have been some subtext there, Mike. Might have been a little subtext, a little bit. But anyway.
You could have let him down nice and easy. You're in love with 11. He knows that.
Yeah. He said that.
Yeah.
He reassured you that.
I'm not going anywhere.
Right. Oh, well, kids be kids. Kids be kids. Speaking of kids being kids, though, where kids are getting eaten all the time, though, is Derry, Maine.
They do. They did eat a lot in Derry, Maine.
Seriously.
Except if you sit somewhere behind a black rock, apparently.
Apparently, not the investment firm, like the volcanic meteorite thing with the graphics on it. Anyway, so welcome to Derry episode 5.
Dun dun dun.
Right? They all still float down here, and a lot of them floated. Some of them literally in this episode down there. But another good episode. I'll say that. I'll say another good episode.
I have some nitpicks.
I
have some nitpicks.
Listen, I had it as a good episode, but I have a couple of questionable creative decisions.
Yes, that's where I would go. Some questionable decisions, questionable leadership position questions.
Interesting. All right, we'll get there. We'll just break down this episode real quick. We got the after effects of the Air Force investigating Taniel's mine to get the location of the 13 pillars. That's the defensive perimeter of the meteorite shards that are keeping Pennywise within that West Wood or the East Wood or whatever the Native American tribe called it. They basically they give you a little bit of exposition straight up that the Air Force General James Neymar basically comes out and tells Rose, we're going to go in there and close the cage down. You see, we're going to get that thing and put him on a leash. And she's like, you can't put him on a leash. But that's the entire point of their operation. Now everything's all above board now. The audience knows, everybody in the show knows what's going on. And bad things happen to everybody that tries to execute that plan.
Yep.
Pretty simple, right?
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple. The kids get it real bad. They get some terror tactics. We think we get a kid back, and the minute that kid showed up, I'm like, nope.
So
not him.
We've already promised. Let's hit that spoiler warning.
Yep. Thank you. I was starting to lose my mind. Anyway, so Maddie Clements comes back, but sometimes dead is better, or so I'm told. Wait, no, wrong. That's the wrong thing.
Yep, wrong thing.
But he comes back anyway. And of course it's not him. Of course. Clearly. And bad things happen. You know what bad things didn't happen, though? He was all kinds of gray. It was like a whole different color palette.
Yeah, he was. He
I
was.
agree with him.
He did not look right.
Color graded completely different. But let me roll it back to the beginning a little bit, because this is one of my surprise non-nitpicks. Right? The episode opens in Marge's hotel room where she's being treated for the eye injury. And
hospital room, not hotel
hospital
room.
room. That's a hotel room. Hospital room. Hotel room. H's. I don't know.
Is she
You
being seen by a
H.
barber?
I don't know. She might have been. She's getting patched up for the eye thing, and Lily Bainbridge is not back at Juniper Hills because Marge told them she was trying to help her.
Yeah,
and I was
that
surprised.
she had glass caught in her eye.
Which doesn't make any sense to me, since you ran down a hallway and maybe people saw you and there's a table saw, and I don't know. And there was also part of your eye that was on the floor. Where did that go? I don't know.
And how'd she get why she used a chisel to help you get glass out of your eye?
And also is holding your wrist away while you're laid out on the floor kicking and I don't know. Anyway, I'm surprised they went that route, but I'm happy because I thought it would have been stupid predictable if they sent Lily back to the funny farm for a while and then the kids had to go escape her Goonies 80s Amblin Entertainment style. So I'm glad they didn't go that route.
I'm glad too.
Stoked. I thought it would have been way too predictable. That
it would have been way over the top, and you would have watched a lot of orderlies look completely dumb. It would have been terrible. It would have been Welcome to Derry comedy style.
Yep. I mean, if you wanted to go the route and send her there, you couldn't have sent her there like 3 episodes ago after the movie theater attack thing. Because don't get me wrong, a mental institution in Stephen King's Derry in that time frame could be absolutely terrifying. You know, electroshock, you got lobotomies and all kinds of crazy shit in the opening credits.
I mean, you could just go into a room and it would look scary because it had these metal contraptions and stuff. You're like, what are they using this for? It's like they brought back the Maiden.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It could have been good, but the fact that they've already, we know this girl's already been there twice and we watched you send her once. You can't just every time some weird shit happens, send this girl away. So I'm glad they didn't. Maybe that's a card they're holding for later. I don't know. But it seems like this would have been the opportunity to.
It's like she's stepping up now too as the leader of this group. Like she's stepping up into that. Like she doesn't want to be that kid known as the psycho kid,
crazy Lily. Yeah,
but she's really like coming into this role of this bunch of kids that's stepping up. Like they all have kind of like the role. Like Ralph, he's the comic relief. Mm-hmm. Will is the brains of the operation. Yep. Ronnie's the heart. And she's the leader.
Yep. Did I have that in my notes? Absolutely. When they're in the clubhouse after not Maddie comes back, she definitely transitions from being the scared looking little girl. Because this actress is great. I don't give her all the props in the world. She does the walking on eggshells, timid, always frightened thing better than anybody in her age bracket I've ever seen do it in a show. It's fantastic.
Yes, she's really good. Actually, I don't really have any complaint about anyone's performance in this.
No, me neither. But she's stand out as being that timid 7th grade, 8th grade. Like, how old do you think these kids are? Junior high?
Yeah, I would say 7th,
maybe 9th,
7th, 8th.
That's what I'm saying. 7
and
9 total.
High schoolers, but they're coming into that age where they're about to become high schoolers.
That's what I'm saying. They're right in that zone, right? So for her, she's absolutely nailing the gangly, awkward, especially when she thought that the popular boy liked her. Like, she absolutely nailed that one down.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So when she elevates in this episode to no. If Maddie's down there or Phil's down there, it was Phil. If Phil's down there, we have to help him. And this is the plan. She's like, no, we're gonna go do this, and this.
Yep.
Do you want to be an anchor or do you want to be a lifeboat? I'm like, oh, now we're dropping one-liners? Okay. All right. So that absolutely was dead ass in my notepad. I'm really glad you brought up that point on that character specifically. It was great.
like you're seeing a lot of them come into their own in this and like highlighting their traits and their abilities in this show. And I'm liking it, but my nitpicks come a little bit later, just a little bit later in the episode.
Oh, well, let's work our way through it, because I got a couple of other pluses that I wanted to point out there, and then a couple of like you said, there's just a couple of weird story beats that feel like they threw them in there because they thought they needed to take something a weird way, or something like a major a character death happens and it's glossed over like immediately, and I'm like, how is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Lauren. Lauren's here.
Woohoo!
Anchor, but Ronnie is an anchor and won't admit it. Huh? She was the first one to agree to be a lifeboat.
Yeah, but she kind of holds them back because everything about her kind of revolves around her dad. It's the
True.
only thing where the other of them are trying to prove that they're not crazy or that they are seeing things and maybe help out these kids. She's the only one who's like solo focused. I mean, it is her dad, and I completely.
I would say, I mean,
that.
it is her dad's like, well, this is about my dad. He can't go to Shawshank. They're going to kill him. Somebody almost killed him waiting in line for the prison bus. For Christ, the kid's father. Phil and who? Who's the other kid?
Oh, what is it?
I know Lauren knows. Lauren knows all the names. Help us out, Lauren. Help us out, Oracle.
There's Phil. Then there was
Phil, Susie, something.
Larry.
Susie
Wasn't it
girl.
Larry or Lenny?
Who cares? Lenny? I don't know.
I know he's one of the other kids' uncles from the 1987 version.
Yes, that is correct. He's Eddie's Eddie's. It was the hypochondriac kid. But anyway, the weird shit is good in this episode. Pennywise is great. Teddy, thank you. I knew she knew.
Teddy. And then Teddy's little sister, or no, it was Phil's little sister.
Phil's little sister, Susie.
Yeah, Susie, who lost the arm.
Which was good. Again, that whole bit with Maddie laying down like the where I was and all that. It was gruesome, and you knew there was going to be more coming.
And it was very believable that he could have been Maddie based on what he knew, how he was acting. But I guess if you feed on someone's fears, you also get like their memories and stuff like that. It just makes kind of sense.
Well, also, and Pennywise as an entity is a master manipulator of fear anyway. He's done this to children before. He knows what would scare kids. Other dead kids that are mutilated, the story being told from a child and not an adult would do the thing. You know what I mean? Like that absolutely would accomplish that objective. But so the bulk of the episode then is the kids gearing up, ready to go back, and they're going to take more drugs. They're going to make the drug plan work. It's a stupid plan.
And it is volume. We did look it up. It is volume. Is Mommy's little helper.
Okay. That's a thing. Sure. It's an old ass benzo. That makes sense. That tracks. It's a stupid plan. But it's a kid plan. It's the kind of crap that dopey kids would think of, I guess. It does not work. Like it doesn't work, which is fantastic. But the Air Force's plan didn't work any better either. You know what I mean? The Air Force.
This is why the Air Force does not plan ground operations.
Let me ask you this, dude. Right? On the Air Force not planning ground ops, is it not really something they do that they would send two highly specialized, highly trained test pilots to lead a ground?
Yes, that would not happen. That would
just
not happen.
saying.
And number two, you have, they called him Private Halloran when he's actually an airman third class. Just count the stripes and add one. That's how you know what Air Force rank they are. So he's an airman third class, one of your most valuable assets, and you send him down there with a bunch of people with guns with no helmet on.
Yeah, no helmet, no gun of his own. He had a flashlight.
Yeah, he had a flashlight. I'm gonna blind him.
Like, I get why he had to go. That's the guy you got to send because he can detect. And then in my own head, I did the thing. I headcanonized and I shouldn't have done it. I said they sent Hanlon because he's the man without fear. So if they found what they were looking for, it stands to reason maybe they want him there. But then why do you send his co-pilot? What's he doing down there? The minute that shit happened and I saw these two assholes get out of the truck, I'm like, cannon fodder. Yep. He's fucked.
Your plot armor has expired. Thank you.
Dude, they revoked his plot armor card in kind of, and this is another nitpick of mine, and maybe this is one for yours. His death is stupid. I see what they were going for, but it's dumb.
There's no reason for him to get in front of the rifle. He could have just pushed it to the side, pushed it up, pushed it down.
Literally, dude. He got around the front of a long arm, not a pistol, You know what I mean? Like a long gun.
Yeah,
It's a rifle in that man's hands.
We refer to the M16A2 as a musket because of how big it is.
Dude, the barrel length is like 7 feet. It's crazy. And he somehow maneuvered his way all the way in front of this dude and took a shot center mass or to the gut or wherever he bled out.
Not only did he make it all the way around, he made it completely around because the gunshot wound was on his left side.
Did it catch him?
He was standing on it, and Harmon was to his left, so he had to come all the way around.
Dude, I saw that and I'm like, oh, come on. And I get it too. And again, this is an example of how sometimes the setup, everything logically makes sense, but then the execution
was poor.
Is fine. I think the execution was fine. The build up to this moment was fine. We know it's going to play on us. Hanlon himself even says, listen, if you see your first girlfriend down here, your mama, your first pet, if it doesn't belong here, shoot it. Right. So you know what's coming. They're like, okay, you telegraphed it, but then how did you make the actual moment fall so flat?
Because they don't know how to write military operations. And I'll tell you that straight off the bat. One, they're trying to sneak in and be very quiet, yet they're yelling for Hamlin.
Right.
It's like, then why you just blew your whole element of surprise. Two, you know this is a mental being because it's gotten into your mentalist head.
Yep.
So
he told you flat out, it saw me. Wasn't supposed to see me.
Why are you sneaking up on it? It already knows you're there.
Right. Knows you're coming the whole time.
There are just so many mistakes. And then once again, we could chalk this up to the Air Force because they have no idea how to conduct ground operations.
I see Pape says on the side, more kids got out of the sewers than the airmen did. Dude, true.
That's true.
Lost a lot of dudes down there.
Yeah. Sit back and let your older brother handle this.
Right.
It's okay.
It ain't wrong with that. Bad CGI in this one a little bit with the dead Uncle Sam thing. I thought that was cheesy. That did not work for me at all. The skeletal finger coming out of the shadow, that was solid for a couple minutes. And I thought we were going to get that Pennywise shot that's in everybody's thumbnail with the teeth and everything. I thought that's where that was coming. But no, it was stupid, like ghoul Uncle Sam, I want you.
Yeah, like, that was pretty dumb. But the CGI of the bots and everything looked really good when we get to Hamlin's part. What happens to him?
Solid. Let's Hamlin or Halloran? The
Halloran.
Halloran. Okay, I want to
Halloran.
The H's are throwing me.
Their names are too similar.
It's a King thing. It's if you read all his old stuff, that there's a lot of overlap there.
Another person knows nothing about the military.
Well, and rightly so. He's kind of a douche. At least they didn't film it. Dude, exactly. The monsters were in the dark. Exactly.
You and your anti-monsters in the daylight.
Stupid. It's dumb. It should not be the stat. It should not be your stat. You know, I'm not going to do it.
But technically it was daylight outside, but they were in a dark area.
It was. They were in the sewers. It makes sense. You know what they didn't do? Bring floodlights down there and light it like it was a fucking baby soap commercial. Just saying.
They wouldn't have had time.
But speaking of baby soap and bathtubs and shit, so Pennywise now actually has power to bend reality. He can do that.
He's always had that problem.
He can bend reality to move you places and not have you drown and all kinds of weird shit. How did he move Halloran from the sewer
to a bathtub?
Well,
technically he didn't leave the sewer.
Well,
but
where
those
was
guys
he?
were looking for him. Where did he go?
He was yes, he went under the water. He took the step and went under, and his guys died looking for him. And then he walked out at the end and saw fake not dead Polly or whatever. I don't remember what happened after that. I thought there was like a jump scare coming there.
No, just saw a zombie.
Turned around and looked at him.
That makes sense. I can explain all that.
Please do.
Okay, so we have to go to everything that happened to Halloran, where he steps off, he's going to jump off a helicopter into the ocean type step off. I mean, it's literally like a 2 feet step. Like, just step off, bro.
And two guys had done it right in front of you 5 seconds ahead of that.
Yeah. So he jumps off, and all of a sudden he's in water. Like, he did jump off a helicopter and landed in the ocean. But then he crawls out of the water in a bathtub in his grandmother and grandfather's house, who raised him because his parents died young. Right. Apparently his grandmother has the shinning as well. Because she's talking to him in his mind only. But the guy who comes in is his abusive grandfather, and it found his box. Now, to understand the box, you need to watch Dr. Sleep, because a dead, is it Halloran, right?
Halloran.
Halloran. A dead Halloran teaches a older, what's Jack's son called?
Danny
Older Danny about this. Now, if you watch Dr. Sleep, you understand that there are creatures out there that can feed off you. Just your regular life force is like a normal person. But if you have the Shinning, it's like drinking they're like complete life force.
Top shelf. It's like top shelf fuel for them.
To handle them, you can put them in a box and lock them away in your mind. So any bad ghost, a lot of them are ghosts, that you encounter can be locked away into this box. So that was Halloran's box with all the bad ghosts he's seen throughout his life so far, and they opened it so it doesn't keep them. He's like a fair game for them to eat at him, and that's why he saw the dead person, because when you have the Shinning and your box is open, you can see dead people.
Dude, that's wild. I had no idea because I've never seen Dr. Sleep.
And
that's
once again, you're welcome.
Thank you. I love the explanation. I was willing to give them and because this show has been played so straightforward, unlike the J.J. Abrams stuff that I bitch about, I was going to give them one literal mystery box to like lead me along and like explain it through the show. You know what I mean?
The bad thing is that this mystery box you kind of have to do homework on. Like you have to watch a whole nother movie and understand the explaining. But I would recommend going and seeing Dr. Sleep, because Dr. Sleep was great. Ewan McGregor was great in that movie.
I can't watch it on account of the baseball player. Nope, can't do it.
What baseball player?
The kid. The kid that they take. Nope.
Oh,
can't do it. That scene alone shuts that movie right down for me. Can't do it. Yeah, they could. And Pape said great explanation, King, as usual, and it was a great explanation. I think the show has enough time and enough opportunity left in it where they're and no one's gonna go. No one who's not watching this show right now, who hasn't seen Dr. Sleep, I feel like they're going to explain that for those folks anyway over the course of the show. Somehow that information will make it to a level that explains why this is a big deal, why this puts Halloran in danger, and how it endangers the op going forward.
And for anyone who's
going to just gloss over that,
and anyone who's watching and wondering why we taught the Shinning on our podcast, because a podcast once referred to it as the actual name of the book, and they were sued by Stephen King because once again we point out that he is not a good person.
I call it the Shinning on account of the Treehouse of Horror from like 1988, where Bart called it the Shining, and groundskeeper Willie said, "Boy, you out of your mind? You're gonna get sued. It's the Shinning." That's actually where I get it from, but I'll take that. Now that I know there's a legal reason to keep it with the Shinning, we're gonna keep with it. Oracle, I want to patent the Shinning or copyright or whatever we're gonna do there. Willie, exactly. Yeah, scary shit happens in the sewers. Leroy sees a whole lot of crazy shit. Great image of his wife with the Pennywise look. Yeah, down there, that was crazy.
Dude, that was such a clean shot too. I was like, that was clean.
Mm-hmm. The fact that I managed to screen cap that for the thumbnail is pretty impressive. I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah,
I locked that frame down. It was a great shot because I love the fact that we're seeing now Pennywise is becoming an active player in this show, as predicted by the entire planet. It's not like you heard it here first or anything,
because they're getting closer to the end.
Yes, exactly. We're getting close to that red line. It's coming. Even Hamlin's wife sees the corrections officer in behind the door with the face, and then a bus goes by or whatever, and it's disappeared.
It's gone.
He's popping up. He's fucking with everybody, and I love that. I love that it's not, we had to go to the Neibolt house, and he's in the well, and that's the only place he's going to be. No, this dude's everywhere fucking with everybody, and I love it.
So, Oracle, I really need your help on this. Can you go ahead and bring it up? Because we find out who Ronnie's dad was. It Hammer and Hank,
yes,
who he's visiting in the night.
Nitpick numero dos.
It's not a. Once you find out who she really is, it's not really a nitpick.
But how do we know who she really is if I haven't seen six? Don't tell me this is another thing. Do I have to have seen 6 other things to know who she is now?
You just had to watch part 2.
Of what?
Part 2.
Oh, all right. As long as, okay, I have. It wasn't as good as part 1, so I don't remember it as well. All right. If there's a good reason for it, I'll take it. We can do
No,
some.
I need the
spoilers.
name first. So once Oracle
Yeah,
has
just
me
the name
that
is
name,
Madeline, so.
yep. But she is
it
actually a
Ingrid?
very important character in this whole thing as well.
Okay, then I'm glad. Then let me remove nitpick number 2 because I thought it was a waste of a connection to have that character just suddenly be the one that Hank was involved with and have it not be Bowers' wife like I was hoping, or somebody like that would have raised the stakes even more as I understood them. Bring me up to speed on who she is from It Part 2.
All right. So to understand who she is in It Part 2, you will have to understand who she was in 1908.
Ingrid Kirsch.
Ingrid
So
Kirsch.
is that not Eddie's aunt?
That is
or
not
grandmother?
Eddie's aunt. No, she is Periwinkle, also known as Ingrid Gray, who is related to Mr. Gray, who is the human form of Pennywise. That is Pennywise's
Dreamcatcher.
daughter.
Oh. Ooh, this could get weird.
That's
This could
why
get very
she's
weird.
that young in 1962, and she wasn't. You didn't see her in 1987, but we saw her. 2009? Was that right? Did I do my math right there?
Close enough.
87 plus 2. Yeah, 2009. In the 2009 adult version, where she's an old lady and they come over to visit her.
Oh, that's the old lady in the apartment.
Yes.
The girl goes to the Jessica Chastain's character goes to see.
Yes.
Oh,
Bob Gray. That's it. Bob
Yeah.
Gray, who is the human version of Pennywise. Pennywise took over him, and that's how he became Pennywise.
Mhm.
Ingrid became part of that, why Pennywise was in them, and she became Periwinkle. And you see Periwinkle sitting on the stairs in the 1908, the clown that they showed with her hair. That's Periwinkle.
Oh, that's wild,
And that's
dude.
her playing Periwinkle. And then you see her going upstairs later, and you see the headdress of Periwinkle up in her attic.
When?
You
talking about the movie?
No, when she goes up there. When Ingrid goes upstairs into the attic, I believe it was episode 2 or 3. She goes up into the attic.
This has already happened. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
and you can see the you can see the Periwinkle hair. And then in the cemetery, you did see the picture of her, and it had the Periwinkle hair. So she's connected somehow to what's
calling episode
happening.
2 on that. Yeah.
Yep.
True, dude. Yeah, dude. See now, dude. This. Listen, my appreciation and respect for this show now has gone up like 5 clicks, because if they're tying in Easter eggs for folks that were super paying attention to other King related stuff, you know what I mean, like a movie that came out 8 years ago, like that's crazy. I mean, Chapter 2 was like 8 years old now. Like that didn't come out yesterday. So that's impressive that they're but it's the Machetes. It's the same team. It's the same husband and wife, brothers. I think they're husband and wife. I don't think they're brother or sister. I think they're married couple. The Machetes. I mean, they did the Flash, but that just exactly. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna love the show even more now, because this will definitely earn it a second watch, which is rare for me, as you know, in a series. I typically only watch them once and we move on to the next thing. I'm interested to go back and watch that, because I want to pick up all these miniature references and really appreciate how they connected all of these things in a way, just because it wasn't what I thought should happen, which is typical for me, just because I didn't think it was going to go like that. The way it goes is actually good and satisfying for a change. And that's how it's been this episode here, even with the nitpicks that we have that I have to cross this one off the list. The bit with, Dick Halloran not drowning somehow, the bit with the military guy that actually died. I thought the bring back of Maddie Clements was good. It terrified the kids. I'm even going to give a pass to the bit in the sewer where Taniel runs away, drops the magic dagger, and somehow it finds its way to Lily at the end and works as a shield for her in her moment of absolute peril, because it just floated. Because
he can't get close to it.
Right. No, but I mean, but she's pinned against the dead end. This kid dropped it running around a corner and zigzagging, and what's he do? I'll just say it just caught the current, ended up in the dead end. Dude. Where is it? Oh, dude, that's a Pape. Exactly, dude. And this is, like I said, that's almost uncharted ground for me. I don't think you were with us when we were watching Penguin on the regulars. I think that was like a year ago. Dude, was that a year ago?
It wasn't a full year ago, was it? Oh wait, it was around this time last year.
Dude, it
wasn't
was last fall, right? The Penguin was probably the best show I think King and I have ever concurrently watched together on the channel, and I haven't gone back for a second watching that. And I love that show. I had no episode of that show lower than like a 9 out of 10.
That was
right?
that was a great show. It
a
really
fantastic show.
built the evil, the Penguin.
Banger show.
But back to this one. My other nitpick goes back to that Danny thing. Well, glad you brought it up because I almost forgot this one. He is your guide. He's the one who actually knows where everything is. So when he runs away, why are you shooting at him?
Why are you shooting at this kid?
And 2, he is a civilian and he doesn't have a helmet or a flak vest. So if something happens to him, well, there goes your guide again.
In the sewers.
Going after a cosmic being.
That you know is a cosmic being. It's not an unknown dude. This situation is the exact polar. So listen, this situation is the exact polar opposite. Jesus, of the Aliens Colonial Marine scene where they're breaching Hadley's Hope, where they're breaching. They had no idea what they were in store for, except Ripley's testimony. But they had their motion trackers, they had a tactical map, they had all kinds of shit. These idiots went in the sewers, underarmed, with a teenage guide, no maps. Like they had not one of these dickheads had a map, not one. So you got 2 experienced test pilots that are underground, get lost. They didn't know how to. They couldn't find their way out, dude. They walked underneath a manhole cover with daylight. It was within arm's reach. There was a ladder off to the side. Like, dude, you're not lost, bro. You might not be able to push the cover open, and that dude looks pretty stacked. He probably could shoulder it up. You know what I mean?
If not, the dude's hair could have lifted it up. There's so much product in that. He could have just easy lifted up.
There's a lot of product in my man's hair. It was just weird, dude. It did. There was some nitpicks going on there. And to add to that, King, the handgun he was using had the unlimited ammo. Dude, it surely did.
It did. So that was 16 plus 16. This is like pow, 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 pow.
Dude, maybe he had perk unlocked for a fast reload and you just didn't see it. I don't know.
There's no way, unless he's Deadpool. There's no way
he
like, boom, boom, boom. I mean, dude, there was no hesitation of fire.
Oh, listen, who's the worst shot? These clowns in the sewers or the idiots that were trying to shoot Glenn Powell and Running Man during the Wanner? It's the same situation, dude. It's a tight spot. If you just fire straight, you're hitting something. Right? You got it.
And then he had time to drop the dagger, find out he doesn't have it, why they're shooting, get back, look for a little bit in the water, and then realize, oh no, they might accidentally hit me with a ricochet. It's like they were Iraqis shooting, where it's Allah's will. They just spray and pray that Allah will make the bullet hit you.
The CP, that's modern stormtroopers. As we know, these blast points are too precise for sand people because stormtroopers used to be good shots. You know what I mean?
When you make a clone of a clone of a clone.
That's right. Yeah. The clones were terrible shots. The stormtroopers I think by New Hope. I think we're already on the draft. I don't think they were all clones. Oh no, they were. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? Yeah, they would have been clones still. But yeah, dude, we're just all bad shots. Apparently everybody's a terrible shot in Hollywood now. But the remind me. So the end of this episode is the kids all survived the sewage bit. Lily gets left behind. She gets in possession of the dagger, which is going to be huge for her. Obviously, she's going to rejoin the friend group.
Yep.
The
friend group all makes it out.
Yep. Yeah.
Like Pape said, more of the kids made it out than the Air Force people.
Oh, which brings me to my last nitpick, right? And then we'll move on to Robin Hood so we don't go too late. They get back to base, and we're just glossing over the fact that, again, a highly ranked, highly specialized, highly trained test pilot got shot in a sewer. And even as he explains to the general, he's like, oh, Polly got hit, and I couldn't get him out. I'm like, well, got hit by what? We were tracking an alien that doesn't shoot.
Yep.
It doesn't have any guns. So who shot Polly? We're not. There's no. He's getting interrogated because it says interrogator in the caption. I'm like, yeah. This seems like a typical fucking first debrief and like
this is when you realize friendly fire isn't friendly.
Isn't so friendly, and traces work both ways.
That's right. And artillery always falls short.
It really does. He does. So I don't get that they just wrote they wrote that dude's death in to be like the dramatic gut punch moment of like Pennywise fucked with this dude's brain so hard. I'm like, well, how did he fuck with your brain if you're the man without fear anyway? Wasn't that the whole point?
Dude, he showed fear at least 3 different times, especially when it came to this family.
Yep. So yeah. I think he was messing with his mind. Like, wasn't that the point of that? Is that Pennywise pulled dude through the water, up through the bathtub somehow. It was all in his head. He didn't drown.
Yeah.
He was just in the sewer the whole time. Dude, Grandpappy shot Grandma in the leg, though. Can we talk about that? Like,
yeah.
That's fucked up shit.
Wow. She ain't going to help you no more, boy.
Dude, she was like, Dickie, he shot me. He shot me. I'm like, yeah, he did. Run. Get out of there. Get the box and go. I don't know. That shit was crazy.
You detate him? He like the whole time when the gun was still in his pants. I'm like, bro, you detate him.
You're 38, you're 32 years old. You kick this old man's ass.
And then I remembered he's in the Air Force. And then I'm like, no, he really can't take him.
Probably pay. He a figment of his control or something. Because he was all up in that looking dazed when he walked out of the suit. He didn't look right walking out.
No.
He knew he had been effed with supremely. Yeah. That dude hams it up a little bit too. What do you think of that dude's performance? Starting to grade on him. He's got that one facial expression for like shock and fear. And it looks like it's a little too much ham. A little too much.
Too much Hamlin?
No, not him. The other. Halloran. Too much.
Halloran.
Hammerallen? I don't know.
Hammerallen.
That's not going to work.
Okay.
But yeah, that might be the weakest performance going on there. But it's still a good show. This was probably as good an episode as any of the other ones they've done. It's definitely not episode 3. And now that we kind of talked through the connection between Hank and Ingrid, and it makes sense to me that should be a connection there, and not like Rando Bowers' wife, who we haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
for the purpose of like pushing.
I know that killed your theory about that, but the more and more Marge is there, it's like you're killing my theory, Marge. You're killing my theory. But I did have a kid right being Pennywise. I did have that.
Yep, that was solid.
It just happened to be Maddie. That transformation was sick, though.
It was good. Just see the back of his head.
Yeah,
back of his head opening up.
And then the song he was singing.
That was on. Yeah, that was it.
That was a good scene.
That was some Pennywise shit too. And the bit with Lily in the sewer one-on-one with Pennywise was also good. Yeah. Like, it's your fault. You convinced them all to come here. You're a bad daughter. Like, they went back to that. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's what Pennywise should be doing. But also she took like 15 milligrams of Valium, so I don't get why this isn't working. Like, just does the whole no fear thing didn't seem like it worked at all.
No, the Valium dude, that is the fastest burning Valium I've ever seen
in history.
Especially when they took like 2 or 3 pills each.
Do we use
how they were walking is still beyond me.
That would have killed all them kids. If they each took a few of those, that's a minimum of 5 milligrams.
Like what do they do? Take 3 and then down it with some Jat to level themselves out?
Maybe. But they wouldn't have made it into the sewer. Believe me, they'd have just been passed out on the side of the river.
I think we took too much.
They couldn't, because I can give 5 of Valium to an adult detox patient right now, and if it's their first time through treatment, it can absolutely put them down for a couple of hours. Little sleepy. You know?
It was weaker volume than what we give today.
Right. It's a different potency, I guess.
Different potency.
That's it. But yeah, no, I'm down for this show. This is my favorite show currently on right now. This has been an absolute blast to watch. Pleasantly surprised so far, because I had cautious optimism for the show, but this is running their hands along the sewer wall, running and falling down with their mouths. So, dude, how does anybody walk out of the show without hepatitis, by the way? With the sewage and the no eye covering? I don't know. Surprise, y'all got Hep A.
Hep B, maybe Christmas. C. You might have invented a D.
Letters. We're all the way down to K now, it's craziness. But dude, you're vibing with the show for sure.
Like, because they even talked about that, like how he sheds, like when he goes into hibernation, he sheds
the groundwater,
and it's tainted the groundwater. And now they're walking through the sewage of tainted groundwater after it being raw.
Dude, all I'm saying is this, right? If you knew that, right? How do you not have 13 people dig up the 13 pillars, form a circle at that range, and just tighten until you're running them through like fucking Caesar style, tainting the groundwater, spoiling the land?
The issue is if you pick up all 13 of them, move them in, if you're not moving everyone at the same pace, closing in, you're going to have a gap and it's going to escape.
Dude, same time, coordinate that shit. I don't know.
But if you're miles apart, like how? You can't say ready and step.
Smoke signals. I don't know, flares
Ready
and shit.
and step.
I don't do it. Fuck it. Dude,
Because remember,
it
you
might-
had to think
listen, dude,
radios
dude,
back then
dude.
were like this
dude,
big.
back then, it's 1960. So they can get it done somehow. Not like we're not talking about 1800s. That they had phones somewhere. We're all going to start now. They did have shortwave radio.
Yeah, but the
It's
radio
there.
was like this big.
Listen, it could be done.
It was like the Zach Morris phone, dude. It was huge.
The Oracle says if they're miles apart, it could just go through it. Then why can't it just find a breach in the circle as it is? Because they are miles apart. It's like an AOE from each one of these pillars is how I see it. That forms like a solid barrier. So it's not like a literal ring. It's like a ring of spheres.
But if you have something that has a wide range and you move it closer, there will be a gap eventually. You move them closer to they'll start overlapping, and there will be a line that you could get through. It's the reason why you can't put cell towers right on top of cell towers, because they point in 3 directions. Like every cell tower is a triangle. It's not a circle. So it shoots in 3 different directions. If you put another one in there, you'll still going to get a blind spot of where them two overlap each other.
That's assuming the T-Mobile also made the ancient alien meteorite that's holding it inside the West Woods, though. You know what I mean? It may have been a whole different manufacturer.
This is standard signal. It doesn't matter what company. This is standard signal knowledge.
Dude, it's an alien meteor containing a demonic cosmic being from like Lovecraftian mythology. I don't think the rules apply.
That fierce turtles.
Trying. It threw up the world and creation as we know it. It's weird, dude. It's King coked out at his best, guy. You know,
he should go back to cocaine and leave us alone.
Dude, I do. What did I say a month ago? I said somebody needs to start doing that shit in Hollywood again. That's just how it is. But all right, that's gonna do it for Welcome to Derry. We will catch you guys in the next one for that. But we have another show.
That's right.
We have another show.
We need to raise our glass to Robin in the Hood.
A plastic bowl or whatever. That's all I got. Sorry. You got a glass? Do you guys?
I don't have much left.
Well, yeah, which is probably for the best on account of it was heavy duty material today.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Which is why you've got drummies on your head. Otherwise, you look like a damn fool. You can't look like a damn fool.
Like a damn fool. I pat like a fool. So, tell me they got some booty and some like Captain Crunch somewhere.
Classic. Here's another show that's a total surprise still that I knew nothing about.
Everyone who's watching, we are planning something for the end of the year. We haven't done it before. We talked about it last year, but this year I want to pull the trigger on it. And that is the Winter Wolf End of the Year Awards. You had the Golden Globes. You have the Oscar. Now you're going to get the Frozen Wolfie.
That's right.
And so I want to sit here right now and formally announce that this is nominated for Find of the Year because it wasn't well publicized. So it was
not at all.
Find. So Find of the Year nomination for Robin Hood on MGM Plus.
Dude, and perfectly owned. You know what I mean? Perfectly owned. That they did perfectly deserved because this show is everything I want in a dramatic show that isn't trying to be Game of Thrones. Like just because it has castles and people wearing like tunics and tabards and there's horses and sword fights and shit, you don't have to be Game of Thrones. This show flirts with elements of like religion, mysticism, and magic, but it's not throwing fireballs every which way, and it doesn't have to, and it shouldn't.
And if you want your level of sexuality in it, there's plenty of that as well.
Yeah. They hit you over the head with it in a couple episodes. This one was a little bit more.
Especially the first two.
Definitely. Oh, you do definitely. This episode had some nudity in it, but it's tastefully done. It's like nature spirit walking away from the camera. The camera doesn't linger on body parts any too long. That's not the point of the show.
It's more of a quick look than anything, right. And the hair is draped over your bikini parts.
Dude, definite like nature spirit kind of thing. Pagan goddess of the wood kind of thing. But the story is compelling. Dude, yes, indeed she is. Indeed she is. I'm hoping Celine becomes a randy young lady at some point, but that's just anyway. The story follows the fallout of the robbery, and things are not good. Things are not good. The group goes their separate ways. This is very much like the Dark Night of the Soul episode for like 45 minutes. Like the group splits, the fellowship failed, yada yada yada. And then cool stuff happens at the end, and that's why I messaged you, dude. Episode 5 was fucking crazy because the end of this episode, after they maneuver all the parts away from each other and back together, goes full Hollywood escape.
All
Robin
right.
Hood movie.
And it's that time for this review to get that notification. So go ahead and hit my sirens one more time.
It was crazy. They all died. I couldn't fucking believe it. No, just
And there's more Robin of Locksley.
dude, it's just Sean Bean having Robin Hood on the chopping block. He breaks out ice, takes his hat off, looks at the cameras like, yeah.
When you run from your post.
Right. But it must be me that delivers the blow. Yeah, I can see that. Dude, I love this show, dude. And it's not like a typical Winter Wolf show. It's not a crime drama. It's not sci-fi. It's not high fantasy. Shit isn't exploded. There's no dragons. There's no zombies. It's just not that show. But everything they do, dude, which is and good. You know what I mean? It does everything a good story's supposed to do. The plot makes sense. The plot armor doesn't really, it's not really a thing yet because they're still adding characters. They just added 2 more characters to the Merry Men. They named the Merry Men, which they say he said the thing.
Yeah,
he said the thing, you know, and we added a couple characters to the group. We had an amazing escape sequence at the end of this episode that felt deserved. It wasn't too over the top. Besides, he shot the rope, which was awesome.
Yep, as it should.
Prince of Thieves, that shit. He's Robin Hood.
So there was a Russell Crowe version of Robin Hood where he was Robin of Locksley, and it shows how he got back from the Crusades. And it was kind of like how Robin of Locksley could be real.
Yep.
This one shows how Robin of Locksley legend could be real. I think this does a much better job of bringing reality to the legend of Robin Hood, which, yeah, I definitely, and I enjoy that. Like they had a whole thing about this. They had like back in the early 2000s, late 2010s, they had a series of movies where they tried to make fairy tales a little bit more real. Like they had Cinderella, was Ever After or something like that.
Ever After, yep.
And then they had the King Arthur one with Clive Owen in it, where he was a Roman soldier. And then they had the Russell Crowe Robin Hood. So there was a string of movies where they were trying to make legends and stories more like believable. Mm-hmm. So I do like that part of it, but this one takes it to a whole nother level, keeping it locked into actually like England history and bringing more of the legend of like actually bringing in the real Saxon and making him a pagan, and like how his land was stolen from the conquering Normans, who then unified England and then took over Scotland before they became Englishmen again.
For sure. I like that it's staying grounded, but this episode in particular goes a long way for showing, like you said, it's showing how the legend of Robin Hood is going to spread through the English countryside at this point, because the escape sequence at the end, it's not over the top. It's not a Michael Bay movie. It doesn't ever graduate to that level, but you do have a cloaked and hooded figure running across the rooftop, Zorro style. All I could think of was Zorro when that scene was popping off into Banderas Zorro. Right. Yeah. The guards are shooting crossbows at him. He's jumping rooftop to rooftop and dives into like the wagon as it's making its escape. After he shoots one of his accomplices who's being hung, shoots the rope down. I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. I love shit like that. I love adventure shit. You know, but there's no slow-mo arrow cam. Like, it didn't get goofy. It was just like, no, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna free our people and we're gonna get the fuck out of Dodge.
Now, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that arrow cam was pretty nifty.
For 93, as a 92, as it was supposed to. The sneaking in part was legit too. They just put on monk's robes.
Yeah,
it was legit.
And every Robin Hood movie ever made has this scene in it.
Yep, because you need it. It's Robin Hood literally showing up the fucking sheriff on his home turf.
Now, the difference between Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and this one is that he bit off one of the fletchings and shot 2 arrows at once that split 2 ropes of hanging people.
We don't need to go there. And they didn't linger on the rope splitting thing either. Like, he just hauled off and took his shot. Like, that was it. and helped help Ralph down.
And then he took it
when he shot free.
No, it was the one who couldn't speak. Was it Franklin?
Henry.
It was
dude,
Henry.
Dude, put Pape up there because he's right. Because that's also like the classic moment. Don't worry, kid, we got you moment. That's been a thing too in a bunch of movies. Like whenever someone's getting hung and they got a guy on the inside to help you. I think the Three Musketeers did this. You know, he had, had the hood all the way up.
Three Musketeers that had Charlie Sheen.
Yes. Yeah, it was either Three Musketeers or there was Three Musketeers, not Man in the Iron Mask. That's right, it was Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers, but it was the Disney version with Oliver Platt, Charlie Sheen, and Kiefer Sutherland, and then Chris O'Donnell as D'Artagnan.
Dude, that was a fucking banger movie. That's banger. I like that. Great soundtrack too, by the way.
Soundtrack. All for One and one.
One of my favorites is Rod Stewart, Sting, and Brian Adams.
Yeah, Ass. Great song. Dude, Adams, Stewart, and Sting.
It wasn't Ass though. It was a great song. It was great ass. Good looking.
Great ass.
Yeah, but she definitely went from all scared to all business because she knew her boys had him. And dude, can we talk about Lil Jon just throwing people? Dude ruined people in this episode.
Dude, if that's not a barbarian class, I don't know what is. And then the what was it? The valet, Peloples valet, Melange. He was like, "Can I come with you?" They're like, "Well, come on then."
That was good shit. That was some good shit. I like watching him throw down. It was good because he's a big dude. Like if he's not bodying people, like he's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a graceful ballet of John Wick like maneuvers. Like no, I picked this dude up and threw him at another dude, and then threw this other dude off a wall. You know, Athos Porthos animals, great character.
Athos Porthos,
all time,
greatest characters. Had 3 great books too.
Yep. Dude. Classics. But this show, does this show get a second season, dude? Like, do they tell their story and get out? Like this shouldn't be the kind of thing that gets.
It depends on how they end it. I have to see how they end it if it gets a second season. Because if they wrap up the Robin Hood story, the legend, then no, it doesn't get a second season because where do you go from there? But if you could stretch it out to the point where Richard takes the throne and Locksley's giving his land back.
Yeah.
And then you could go to the Robin Hood story we all know and love where they're Christian and everything like that. And this goes to the crusade. And then he comes back to see his land stolen and Prince John running everything. Then you could have a second season that way.
They could play some alt history like that. I think they could. I mean, I think they could even condense that down. If we're being honest, they could do the thing where it looks like Richard's about to ascend to the throne and Prince John decides, no, that ain't going to happen, bro. It's going to be me. Because they've already kind of laid some groundwork that King Henry wants Prince John to ascend and not Richard. The
king wants John where she wants Richard. That's her son. And Prince John is his son.
And John's a scumbag and Richard isn't by all the common folks' assessment. You know what I mean? So they could just skip that. And because this already is playing loose with some of the historical context in the events, they could absolutely eliminate Richard the Lionheart if they wanted to from the story and just have, John ascend the throne. But then who takes over when Robin Hood defeats him, though, I guess.
Yep. It has to be a triumphant win of
John. This is the good guys. This is a good guys win kind of story for sure.
Yeah.
100%. This episode, even in its slow parts, is pretty good. The performances are spot on. Marion plays a good role when she gets the news that her brother has been killed.
When she finds out that her love is the one who, his band is the one that killed him.
I'm saying, because
it was actually Ralph that
John
killed
the Pretender. Him. Yep, Ralph's the one that put down Aaron. Aaron, whatever his name was.
Aaron.
No, it's solid. My only concern here is, again, I complain about character bloat in Stranger Things. I'm about to complain about it here because in this episode, we added Isabel, like somebody from the Miller's Village who's going to help them do.
She wasn't added. She was in the first episode.
But now she's back. She's now back to fulfill what role?
She was there to just free the Millers. She was just there to free the Millers.
But she's with their group now. The same thing with the Priscilla's valet. Like he helped Lil Jon do his thing, but now he's part of the group. Do we need that?
Well, did you see the shot of the woods of when he says that we need to become outlaws with purpose in the trailer? There was like 100 of them there.
Oh, dude, I'm sure. But if those are 100 background extras that are just the merry men in Robin's little army, fine. What I don't need are 15 named characters that all have,
but there's
10
like
seconds of
15,
pointless screen
20,
time. I don't
there's
know.
25 named characters in the book.
Which book?
Robin Hood.
Maybe I have to go read that then. But as long as they all get stuff to do and it's interesting, I just feel like if these are characters that are added to serve one role, like to check a box, like we did the task, then let that person go away. Like Isabel drove the getaway wagon, have her say her piece, and now she just goes. Do we need her to do more things?
No, but she
know what I
needs
mean?
to join them because now she's going to be hunted as an accomplice of Robin and the Hood. So they need to hide in Sherwood Forest. They build a little compound. We saw this. This is in every Robin Hood movie.
Yeah, the Prince of Thieves,
especially Prince of Thieves. They have their
Yep.
little safety area.
Yep. No, dude, I get that. And again, as long as they're all provided interesting shit to do and they have a point, I'm good. Like, to draw a different comparison, I didn't have this complaint with, if you ever saw the that show on Stars back in the day, Spartacus. There's a ton of named characters on that show, but they all had something interesting about them that they either needed to do, a character trait that was super compelling, or they were the victim of something awful that like fridged them but gave somebody else something to do. You know what I mean? Like, I need that. Like, if they rise to that level, I'm good. But
So,
I get nervous when I see new people come back if I don't think they're going to amount to anything.
well, see, they need to have to add these characters as people who were wronged by the sheriff and wronged by the crown. They're going to join them. It's almost like a little bit of a rebellion that you're
Oh
going
yeah,
to
it's 100%. It's 100% a rebellion.
So a lot of them might
100%.
just be like, he's trying to hide because he knows he's going to lose his head for pulling a dagger on the sheriff.
Oh yeah, dude.
He
100%.
knows he's going to die.
Priscilla told him to leave and gave him the money to go.
Yeah, because she knows he's going to die. And now he's part of Robin's Merry Men. He might not have much to do after that, and we might not see him except for a scene here and a scene there where he's like listening in on the plan.
Dude, and I'm down for that. I guess what I'm saying is as long if that's the limitation, great. What I don't want is for them to try to graduate him to that top cluster of cast member if he's not going to have a meaningful impact. Like, I don't want him to take away from the Millers, from Rod, from Little John, from Tuck. That's my cast.
The Millers should actually decrease in their role as well.
Oh yeah, the two boys need to die.
Well, not die, just evade to the background. Because even Ralph, I think, is a made-up character for this. Like, that wasn't a real character.
I'm sure.
And like Will is still a page in London when he becomes Will Scarlet and supposed to be with them.
Oh, how many episodes do they have left to get us there? Like 3? They better get moving with that. They have crack a lacking. All right, so they were only at the halfway point. This is a great halfway point episode. Then that again, the ending to this episode, I texted you immediately after. I was like, dude, that was fucking crazy. I did not think this show would go that route with that kind of cool shit.
Dude, you know the shot he took on the sheriff and like how he got hit by he got a crossbow bolt that hit his bow and it took out the not even princess, but his daughter. Went through her arm. Like, it was like.
But do you see how great that is though? Because what does that do? It now raises the stakes for the sheriff, who's now it's super personal shit.
Yeah.
Before it was just you fucked with Huntington and da 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 da. You come and hanged your dad, yada yada. You shot my daughter, now you dick. Right. Yeah. And then for her, she was already doing the whole I've seen the green hooded demon in my sleep. Well, now he's marked her physically. She's scarred. She's broken now. She already had the rep of being broken the other way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now she's physically, visibly scarred. That
100% Pape. Will Scarlet is 100%. A core Merry Men, and he needs to be there.
Yeah, dude.
We
he's
just
like a Lancelot in this situation. Yeah.
And remember, he's supposed to be a Robin's illegitimate brother.
Is that a thing, or is that a Prince of Thieves thing?
It's been in every version I've seen.
The illegitimate brother part?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I defer.
But in this one, it could be his cousin because back then families grew together, and it could be your cousin, could be your second brother, third remove with a double asterisk.
I don't know how any of that shit works, man. It's confused me my entire life. But yeah, if he's core character, then that's what I mean, dude. I don't need more time on Melange when I already know who Will is. He already had his introductory episodes. I know what his function is as a page, as a student in London. He's becoming like the spy master.
Do we really know what his job is as a page? Because it looks like all he does is has a lot of sets, and then he's he's talking a lot in the foyer.
Where do I sign? Get me that job. That's fine. Dude, because he had that great scene, Mary, where he's breaking down the dynamics of why Nottingham was a power position within the country. Like that's exactly his role.
What meetings is he going to in between his escapades and him sitting there talking to people in that little courtyard area?
Dude, he's Varys. That's who, minus no dick thing. Like he's Varys. That's who he is. Maybe he loses it. I don't know. That'd be kind of dope.
He sleeps with things. He knows things, and he sleeps with things.
He just knows. He drinks and he knows that he sleeps with things and knows stuff. That doesn't have the same role as what Tyrion
it doesn't.
had.
As I drink and I know things.
Doesn't work. But they got another added character too that it's becoming more important. The Earl Marshal, like the Queen's, hey, got to ride out there yourself and see that shit for yourself kind of thing and get back at me. His role is becoming more important.
Dude, his deadpan is perfect too. He's like, is that Robin Hood?
That was good shit. Because he actually said that, and then later, the dude right after the guy goes, and his fucking merry man. Like, he said the thing. He said the thing. I love when they say the thing, man. It's hype for the show, for sure. But I think that this was a great find on your part. We should, no joke, no shit. We should probably like dredge MGM Plus and see what else they have. Like,
or what might be coming. This might be their first original.
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had no idea this was a streaming service.
Neither did I.
You and I spend online looking for shit to watch. I had no idea this was a thing.
I do know they have the new Naked Gun on there.
I saw that. It's plastered all over. You can't turn the app on the desktop without getting the full banner ad on my end anyway. But this has been a surprise, and I'm glad because this is filling up time in a part of the year where usually we crap.
It's the best surprise. Like I'm really enjoying this show. Like I'm looking forward to watching more of this. Like really, like almost more than I'm looking forward to watching Welcome to Derry. I'm thinking like I want to watch Robin Hood.
Britannia was good. Is it a similar genre and tone of show? Because if it is,
it should be, because that's what Britain was before it became Britain and England and all that. It was Britannia.
It is. I'm asking about the show. It could have been a fucking rom-com. What do I know?
Why would they do a fantasy rom-com? That wouldn't make sense.
Dude, that sounds terrible.
That sounds really bad.
I don't know.
Even though a fantasy musical was quite delightful with Gallivant.
I'll take your word for it. But all right, so we'll keep you guys posted on Robin Hood as we go week to week, because we got 5 more of these bad Andes. So that covers us through. Does it cover us all the way through the year? Am I doing no? But we should be a week short. I think it'll cover us right through to the end of December.
It goes through January.
It only has 5 more episodes. How could it go through January?
The last episode's like January 10th.
Oh, do they get a break? They must. Maybe there's a couple weeks off.
Hold on a second. Let me pull up this wonderful website.
I don't want to go through a break. Just do the weekly. Dude, you know I'm a fan of the weekly drop. Oh, Beth from Yellowstone's in Britannia. Okay. Yellowstone checks out. I've heard nothing but good things about that entire organization, that entire show.
Ooh, good news. It's greenlit for a season 2.
There it is, dude. Again, I'm down for more of this show. I just don't want it to, like you said, if they wrap the Robin Hood defeats the sheriff story and then they introduce Prince John as a new big bad, that works how Spartacus would have worked, where he defeated the Legatus in the first season and then he had to move up the threat levels until the end of the show. I don't want this story of Robin Hood versus the sheriff stretched into 2 or 3 seasons, because all that does is invite filler. And I do not want filler in this kind of show. These episodes would be tediously boring if none of it contributed to the main through line.
All right, terrible. I'm wrong. It does not take us through January. Take us through December 28th.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured out there. Perfect. All right. So, all right, I think we've covered what we needed to cover. We're let's just get out here and watch some Stranger Things.
Well, since I'm here, let's go ahead and just throw this up real quick.
In the poll. Don't forget the poll.
Oh, yeah, and we got to end the poll and put out those poll results. But first, I want to look at the ratings. The first episode, 7.3. Second one, 7.2. Then 3, 7.6, 7.9. And this last episode, 5. Guess what it is?
It's got to be an 8.5.
8.4.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, if it's getting better, and the number of reviews or the number of eyeballs on it that are actually leaving reviews is not, it wouldn't be increasing, is obviously recency, but like if it's stable and it's not just like, hey, this last episode's an 8.5 because it has 4 reviews, you know what I mean? Like if it's If it looks like it's about right, that's encouraging because most shows typically get that dip. They start strong when people are hyped. Even good shows, even shows like Mandalorian.
This one just this one just keeps growing and getting better and better based on the ratings. And I can see why. Like this story that they did in this one is pivotal to the Robin Hood legend, is his rescue of his friends and shooting that rope. Like that is like a core staple in his legend. So you definitely needed that.
So far in MGM. Yeah, dude, 100% they needed that. 100%. It's a visual that the minute they brought those three out in front of the nooses and he's starting to jump up rooftops, I'm like, dude, they have to do the thing. If they didn't, imagine if they didn't. Oh, we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna ground it. I'm like, dude, I'm out. It might have actually turned me off of the show. Like if they pussed out that bad.
So episode 1.6 airs on November 30th. It is called Bound by Love, Divided by Lies.
So Rob's gonna find Marion. Got it.
It starts off with a description, which is also the worst description writer of all time.
Stop. All right, listen, right here. MGM Plus. If you want more eyeballs on your show, reach out to us. We'll get at least 2 people to watch that show. My mom will watch anything I tell her to watch. Right? I'll just start right there. Number 1. Number 2, you need to fire your entire description writing team or get better at using ChatGPT for your prompts. Like seriously, we could write you better episode descriptions that won't piss off disgruntled a-holes like us to the degree that you a-holes have done for 5 straight episodes. Please fire these people or please get better at ChatGPT.
Well, the thing is, this is something we've already seen in the trailer and you see it in the thumbnail of the show. Actually, if you have the MGM Plus app, it's the thumbnail of the show. And that's her getting out of a carriage. It's the queen showing up and she's being helped out of a carriage by the sheriff.
Nice.
So you can guess where she shows up.
Well, clearly, because obviously Nottingham's not, rolling into the big city.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
The sheriff ain't gonna be pulled away from his post.
No, but all I'm saying is the text description that says, "In light of Huntington's son's death," like that's an a-hole description. I'm never gonna let them forget that. They're never gonna live that down.
Was so bad. Dude, it's like, what do you mean he died?
Dude, honestly, it would literally be like Netflix having the Stranger Things season 5 episode 1 being like, in the wake of 11 Hopper, Joyce's, Williams, and Nancy's stunning deaths in the first 2 minutes. It's almost as bad as that.
Lucas.
Honestly, it's almost as bad, right? All the people you know are dead. Here's 15 new people. Like, no. Like, you can't ruin shit in the description. It automatically turns people fucking off. And if some people are not opposed to spoilers, they may as well be fucking from Venus or something. I don't get how you'd want to know how shit's going to happen before you get there. It's so weird to me.
It's the same ones who need that dopamine hit just because they need it, because they can't enjoy the journey of getting there anymore.
But how is it even a dopamine hit? Like you're it's like cheating yourself out of the dopamine hit. Like the dopamine hit for me is watching the episode and watching him do Robin Hood shit.
The dopamine hit should be the journey to it.
That's
I love that part.
No, dude, I love that part too. That's the storytellers. I think we both love that part. But like the actual it's the reason Avengers Assemble is the biggest moment in cinema history now. It took him 15 fucking years to get there.
You're 100% right, Order Troll. It was the exact last thing to happen in that episode was the first thing in the description.
Right. And that's what I mean. Like that's the world's biggest rug pull. That's the exact opposite of Cap calling Mjolnir in and saying Avengers Assemble. Like we all knew that was going to happen. Nobody didn't know that was going to happen. But I wanted to see that shit for myself, and I definitely didn't need you to tell me definitively, hey guys, at the 2 hour and 11 minute mark, the Alan Silvestri theme is going to hit. Cap's going to catch the hammer, and they're going to throw down. Like, no, I don't. I need to see that on my own. It's annoying to me when people rug pull like that, and it was the very fucking last thing to happen. And of course, we knew that shit, and I had to wait an hour to see it because this isn't a 22-minute acolyte show. I did the reference. I apologize. But like, I wouldn't have cared in that kind of show because it only been like 10 minutes to get there. This show, I sat there for an hour, like, when does one of these assholes die? Dude, the only worst thing would have been had it said, when Huntington's son Aaron dies. Like, that's literally the only other thing they could have done would have been name the fucking kid.
Aaron over there dies.
Right. Because Ralph shot him. Like literally, that they only left out those 2 details. And thought we're good. It's pretty vague. We didn't say which one it was. Like, dude, Should have been either of them. I didn't even know that, but we definitely need to troll the dregs of MGM and find other stuff. Even if maybe it's older stuff that isn't original content, but it shows we missed. It could be something we could follow up on next year. But I'll pick up MGM Plus if it's worth it. I'll ditch one of the other crap fests like Paramount. I don't need Paramount.
Well, you might need Paramount here soon, and there might be a reason why. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. But all right, dude, why don't we thank everybody, do some poll results, and get the F out of here.
All right, everybody. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining us here on the night before Thanksgiving to listen to us rant about shows we love and things we don't like.
Dude, we like to, it's been all love for like 4 straight weeks. We got to watch something bad soon so I don't explode.
But for our poll results tonight, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side? And coming in with 50% of the vote is green bean casserole.
Oh, motherfucker, really? Huh.
And then with the other 50% is stuffing. The other two got 0%.
Damn, Skippy. But the right kind of garlic mashed potatoes would have run away with the whole thing, though. As the king of sides, mashed potatoes is the staple.
It would, but it's a staple. I mean, you can't have a staple. It's like throwing turkey on there. What's your favorite Thanksgiving thing to eat? Turkey.
Dude, I'm switching it up next year. I haven't told them at the house yet because we're hosting next year. We're not doing turkey next year, dude.
Doing brisket?
We're going prime.
Prime rib?
Oh, yeah. We're bringing in the
Do you have a pellet-fed grill?
No, but I can get one.
The pellet-fed grill are quite nice on cooking both prime rib and brisket. Can do brisket quite nice if you know your timing right, which is like 12 hours. So I'd
have to practice brisket throughout the year to pull that off for a big get-together, for sure.
That's why we named coworkers brisket. Nice. Because it takes us 12 hours to get them to do anything.
I'm saying, hey, that's a good nickname. I have to remember that. I got a couple of those at my new gig. I could probably run that. Yeah. Turkey is the staple, mashed is the side. I would argue mashed is the staple side.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Thanksgiving arrangement that didn't have mashed. I've been to Thanksgiving that didn't have turkey. Motherfuckers had ham. Had a roast.
Every baseball team, you have your ace starting pitcher, but you also have your closer. Boom, boom.
True. But mashed is like a closer that starts, though. So that's weird. I don't know if that holds up. That might be your first sport analogy that didn't work.
I think it works just fine because you need your closer.
But mashed potatoes is there when I start eating. Your closer is dessert. Apple pie is your closer. Dude, you can't win them all, man. You miss a shot every now and again. But anyways.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take because I don't play hockey. I love hockey.
Closer is pumpkin pie. Hard disagree. I'm anti-pumpkin pie.
Hard pass. Hard pass. I am a apple pie, cherry pie.
Where do you fall on cobblers? You down with the cobbler? You down with the good blueberry cobbler or something like that?
A good cobbler is good as long as it's not peach cobbler.
I'm not down with peach either. Where are you with sweet potato pie, pecan pie?
Neither.
Neither on really, even pecan, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't eat pecan pie.
Dude, you know what kind of pie? Dude.
Key lime.
We forgot to get the Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie.
No, I did not forget. My Taco Bell only got 4 of them, and they sold out in the first 30 minutes.
They got 4 pieces?
It's not pieces. They only sold the whole pie.
Dude, but that means they probably got 1 case. They probably got the case probably had 4 in it.
It was a very limited release, and the most any store got was 7.
And that's got to be in the biggest market, Taco Bell in the country. Then.
California,
New York, and that's that. Huh.
Yeah, and it was about the size of your hand, and it was $20.
And cut into 5 pieces from there, from the full the full circle.
My brother got one in Kansas City.
Was this a
very tart?
Was it a wait in line overnight situation with like sleeping bags, like
I don't
movie
know
theater
how he got it, but I was going through my drive-thru. We got Taco Bell, and I said, "Hey."
Guy.
And then like it's like, I've been looking for that Baja Blast pie. I want to try it. And they're like, yeah, we only got 4 of them. And they sold out in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's like the Rick and Morty McDonald's sauce. Remember that fiasco from
was it Saskatchewan sauce?
Yeah, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Do you know what? If the Oracle's still here, have her go on Amazon, look up Baja Blast pie, and just see if it's available. I have to know.
You know, they had the was it the Oreos that had like the different Pokemon on them or something like
Yes.
that? And like one of the Pokemon Oreos was selling on eBay for $3,000 for an Oreo.
Fucking stupid. People be crazy.
And just
dude.
for a second, let's talk about Oreos. How bold do you have to be to claim I am Milt's favorite cookie?
This is
Like
was that the new
chocolate
line?
chip, like chocolate chip's been there. It's like, what you talking about? I've been here before you even were thought of, sandwich.
But how old are Oreos? The Oreos are getting up there, man. But chocolate chip cookies are like, they're forever.
Yeah.
They've just been there.
I think,
see that.
you know, like Apostle Paul ate chocolate chip cookies.
He might have. He might have just been had a sleeve underneath the robe somewhere. Just
That's right.
Could have been.
That
But,
or,
all right.
I mean, they did like figs, so they might have had some fig Newtons back then, but they weren't fig Newtons.
But now we're getting way out. We went from pie to cobbler. Now we're on cookies and shit. Not currently for sale, but one on eBay for $160. Mountain Dew Baja Blast Taco Bell pie, $160. Dude, people are stupid, dude. Stupid. But I'm not here to spend your own money, man.
How do you have $160 for pie? Like, this got to be really good pie. Like, it better be like pie that changes your life.
Dude, Wolf circa 1998 was the world's biggest Baja Blast fan when it came out. I assure you, I'm not spending, and I have much more money now than I did in 98. I assure you, I'm not spending $160 on pie. I assure you that I'm not spending $160 on pie.
Not on pie.
Not on pie. Maybe on Arc Raiders if they come out with like a double deluxe edition, because that shit's the bomb. But you need to look into that.
Yeah, my brother tells me the same thing. Yet
Christmas is right around the corner.
My gaming budget has been spent for the year. So,
dude, Christmas right around the corner, man. This is a $40 gift. I'll send you one. I'm gonna send you Arc Raiders.
One is still for $120 and $200 for shipping.
Is it shipping from your wildest hopes and dreams?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand on what planet
that's coming from Neverland. And like just coming from the second start to the right and straight on till morning.
Bro, it's coming from the fucking upside down, and it's like Justice for Barb carved into the side. Like, no.
Dude, I better hit buy and it be on my doorstep for $200 shipping. Like, they need to transport that.
No, I'm probably gonna need like an original Victoria's Secret angel to feed it to me for $200. Like that, it's from California. Dude, I don't care. It only weighs 8 ounces. Don't tell me it costs $200. Probably traffic. Exactly. Yeah. Now we're figuring out the logistics of what's really going on here. We're talking about pie.
Here's some trivia for you. Do you know what the best eBay auction of all time was?
Not the one where I spent way too much money on the Switch 2.
No, it was for a Bic pen.
Used in what movie or by what historical figure?
It was straight out of the pack. A Bic pen went for $20,000.
Why?
Because those who won the pen were gifted 2 behind home plate tickets to Game 3 of the World Series at Yankee Stadium.
But why?
Because you can't sell tickets on eBay, so he sold a Bic pen, and whoever won the pen got the
tickets. That guy probably still got locked up though.
Probably.
But all right, let's do our farewells. I got an itch to go watch Stranger Things now. I'm starting to get a little antsy. I know social media is going to ruin some shit for me in the next 10 seconds if we don't get in there and get it done. So why don't we say good night, good luck, drive safe, everybody eat well. Pape, Warden Prime, thank you much for being here on time. Lauren, if you're still listening in the background, thank you for the info name dropping. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And then from all of us here at Winter Wolf's Den in King Z's undisclosed secure location down south, we love you all, and we'll see you next week, Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock for FrostCast. And stay tuned if you didn't catch the whole show. We will be splitting up segments where we covered Welcome to Derry and our Robin Hood to be posted later. And we're hoping to have our Stranger Things episodes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 coverages up by the end of the weekend. Don't miss them. Click the little notey button. You always want to see it first. King Z, Oracle, I will check you guys later. Thanks again for being here. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-byes.
Enjoy your turkey.